came up on the Jordans, man. You know, it's really the most iconic sneaker of our era, man. So we figured we give y'all something special. Top 5 Jordans all time, man. All different numbers, all different type of swag with them. T, out of everybody I know, you're one of the most, most well respected Jordan connoisseurs. So we're gonna lead off with you, T. What's your top 5 Jordans?
Oh man, I feel like my list changes month to month, year to year, depending on colorways, that sort of thing. But I've been a sneakerhead since I was a kid, so you know me since I said probably about 10. One thing you always know to be true, I'm gonna have some kicks, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump right into my list, and this is just right now. I'm not gonna have everybody's favorites on there, but I have a couple of them on hand. So I'm gonna just run through my list real quick. So my number 5 shoe, you probably never see me in the Jordan 7. It's the Jordan 7. You probably never see me in it. You might never see me in the Jordan 7. It's because the shoe is so narrow and I got a huge foot. You know what I'm saying? This shoe is bigger than my head. So I don't wear these. It's the Jordan 7. These are the Air Jordans. But I love the colorway. I love the design. I remember Fab had it in, I think, the Trade It All video. He had the French Blues. I ended up buying those. Didn't work well for me. You know what I'm saying? Had the boats when I wore the shorts. When I wore the jeans bled all over the white shoe. I don't know. Those are my college days. My number 4, the Jordan 10. I've had about 3 or 4 different colorways of the 10s. These are actually in my rotation lately, and I don't wear a lot of Jordans these days, but this is in my rotation. I love this shoe. I love its colorway. One of my criteria for being a good Jordan, like a top Jordan, it has to look good in every colorway. And the colorways got kind of weird, but the 10's pretty solid in all colorways. Number 3, 13s. My favorite colorway is obviously he got games in the playoffs, but I remember seeing my man Jake Shuttlesworth, you know what I'm saying? Talking about he's gonna be pooping in Pelican Bay and all that. So that's my number 3. My number 4, and I didn't really like this shoe at first, but this one colorway just changed my whole perspective. I've had them in a few colorways too. The Jordan 9, I love this colorway, and to me, anytime the shoe looks good in black and red, man, it doesn't matter what number of Jordan it is. I don't know. I love these 9s. My number 1 Jordan, I actually don't even own a pair. I kind of cut back on buying Jordans when I became a parent, but the Jordan 12 to me, you know what I'm saying? That was more by force than by choice. But the Jordan 12 to me is my favorite Jordan of all time. I like every colorway. I remember having the Obsidians. My brother had the Taxis. My boy had the Breads. I think there's a picture of that on my IG. If you scroll back, I posted it maybe 2018. But I had them when I was in about 6th grade. It just brings me back to a time when things were simpler, where the only responsibility I had was to have fun. So the 12s, man, my favorite shoe. I love every colorway, the flu gangs, all that. So
That's tough.
that's me. That's my list.
The 12s are definitely, I'd say, very popular, but they didn't make my list, man. I'm gonna jump in with mine, man. I'm gonna start with my number 5. I like the 9s too, T. I actually have a special place in my heart for the 9s because I had the baby blue and the blue and white combination. Those were like one of my first pairs of Jordans I ever had. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So definitely good love to those, man. And then number 4 for me is the Jordan 6s. I had the Oreo Jordan 6s during college, man. I used to rock them things everywhere, man. It was so crispy. The key to keeping them things crispy was keeping that bottom white piece on the J's crispy. If you kept that joint clean, the whole thing stayed clean. That's how it is, man. Number 3 for me could have been number 1, honestly. But so swaggy, man. Jordan 3s, man. The Jordan 3s, man. I got these joints called the True Blue Jordan 3s. Real smooth, man. You got the white, you got the gray with the little squigglies on there, man. Real clean, man. Real retro. Retro chic, man. You can rock them joints with all types of fits, throw some jeans on, and just really swag on folks. You can pull them out in the summertime with shorts. My number 2 for me is one that I got multiple pairs of 13s. The French Blue 13s are one of my all-time favorites. Bryce was there with me when I got my first pair. They were a special pair for me. Actually, I also got the red and whites. I love the 13s, the little ball thing on the side there,
Yeah,
man.
the little guy right here.
The hologram. The hologram.
It's that
Hologram. Yeah.
It's iconic. One of the most iconic things about Jordan sneakers is that little hologram thing. And then my
It's
number
on the
one,
bottom too, right? I think it's on the bottom as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That boy know his shoes.
Yes, sir.
Yep, and they got. And then last but not least, man, is the Jordan 11s, man. They're like the one that got away for me. You know, I don't own any Jordan 11s, sadly, because like the Jordan 11s are the most sought after Jordans, bro. They joints always come out right before Christmas. It's always a crazy demand for them joints. I really wanted the Concord 11s. I really wanted the Bread 11s. I wanted them all, man. I didn't get any of them. I don't have any 11s, man. I've seen them at stores and stuff, man, but they don't got them in my size, man.
Oh, man.
Y'all know somebody got some 11s for me, size 13, bro. Holla at me at Scruff Lion, man. I'm willing to pay the price for the 11s. Complete my collection, man. Make me happy, man.
Hey Scruff, how you feel about the 4s?
The 4s are a miss for me, unfortunately. I like the 3s, but then the transition from the 4s to the 5s, and I don't like the 5s either.
Well, I was gonna give you a pair of 4s, but if they're messing, don't worry about it, bro.
Well, it depends on what color we talking about. If they free.
No, I got that. Hey, no, I get to it. I get to it. They all white. They're all white. It's pure money.
Okay, that joint might be fire.
All white. Yeah, I just
fire.
I don't. Yeah, size 13. Yeah. You got it.
All right, man. I appreciate that. Bryce, what's your top 5 Jordans, man?
All right, let's get into it, man. Mine's in order. Hey, man, I've been a sneaker connoisseur my whole life. Jordans, my whole life. So every Jordan means something to me. Every pair on my list I owned at some point, and I'm gonna give a little background on each one. So number 5, my number 5 favorite Jordan number is the 4s. My favorite 4s were, it's ironic that y'all was just talking about it. My favorite 4s were actually the white ones with them little green clips, though. I don't know if y'all know about them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those original Celtic 4s, all white with the green clips. Joints was fire, man. Those are my first 4s I ever owned. Ended up owning a few pair of 4s after. I had the blue, the true blue 4s. But yeah, man, 4s was one of my favorite Jordans for sure. Number 4, I gotta go with the 6s. And one specific 6s, and that's the Olympics. The Olympic 6s, man, fire. Every pair of 6s, I think that's the one Jordan where like I kind of rock with it in every colorway. I ain't really seen a bad colorway when it comes to the 6s. So that one definitely makes my list. Number 3, the 13s. Love the 13s. Man, those French blue 13s, it gets no better than that. Second, close. I don't know which one's better, the French blue 13s or the black and green 13s. They a toss up though. I never got my hands on the black and green 13s.
Yeah, the altitude.
Never got my hands on them. But that's probably the one pair of Jordans that if I do see them right now, to this day I'll buy. Stopped buying Jordans a long time ago. But if I do see those black and green 13s, I'll probably cop up. Number 2, I think this might be my most controversial pick on my list, but my number 2 favorite Jordan. And if you was a real Jordan head, and I guess you was born in the 90s like me, this was one of the most sought after pair in your collection history. And that's the 17s. When the 17s came in that suitcase, if you ain't have a pair of 17s, you was losing, bro. Like I remember when them 17s dropped, everybody had a pair of 17s. Everywhere you looked around, and I got mine off sheer luck. I tried to get them when they came out, couldn't find a pair anywhere. I was so blown. I remember talking to my folks, like I was just sick. Then I go to get my hair braided. This is back in the day where everybody had the fresh rolls. I go to get my cornrows done, and my hair braider, she's like, "Yeah, I got these shoes, but they too big for me." She was kind of blown. I was like, "Wait, what size are they?" And at the time, I was a little smaller, so I wore she had got hers like maybe a size too big, and they ended up fitting me at the time. So I was so psyched I had my 17s. But not only did they come in the suitcase, but they had that black flap on. I had the black pair, and they had that flap on top. So they were really like two different pairs of shoes. If you remove that flap, it was a whole new pair of kicks. You throw that flap on, you switch it up, bro. Can't beat those 17s, man. Classic Jordan. I wish they would retro that, because that's another pair that if they retroed it, I'd probably go ahead and copy. And my number one favorite J's. Hey, yo, that's the era right there. That's the era right there. Yeah. I'm working 6 flags. That's the era for sure. But yeah, so number one pair of Jordans. Man, this was an easy one for me to be honest, but it's the twos, and specifically it's the black twos. I don't know what it is about the all black twos. I think that's the first pair. Yeah, the all black twos. I think that's the first pair of J's that like I really wanted. Like I think and I think maybe that's why I hold it so near and dear to my heart. But that's the first pair of J's I really wanted with those all black twos. And I remember when I got them, I was psyched. I know I dogged them because I was a young boy. I straight dogged them. Was pressed to get them and then did them dirty. But yeah, those all black twos are my number one favorite pair of Jordans. And I also got an honorable mention. I don't know how heavy y'all was in the game, but the Dub Zeros, man, the black and gold Dub Zeros, couldn't tell me those weren't a classic Jordan, man. That's my honorable mention right there for all the real Jordan heads.
I mean, I had a pair of Dub Zeros, but somehow they got I had the black and red, but they somehow I had black and red and black and blue, but somehow they got a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like people started to hate on the Spizikes, the Dub Zeros, any type of Jordan that was like a crossbreed. People started to hate on that. So
Dub Zero was the original though. Like the Dub Zero
they were the original.
Yeah, that show was the original. Like I think they get counted with the numbers technically.
But they put the SpongeBob on the Dub Zeros. You know what I'm saying?
Those were fakes, man. That's the MySpace era, the Black Planet era, right there.
MySpace era.
Those wasn't real.
Hey, I never seen him in person, man.
Oh
I
man,
seen the SpongeBob shirts though. Y'all remember that?
I seen the SpongeBob in person, man.
I know you was around for that era though, T. With the Fred J's with the SpongeBob T. I
was a little older. I knew better, but I remember.
You had a gangster cartoon character on your T.
Yeah,
the gangster Bugs Bunny, man.
That was a strange time, bro.
Hey man, so before I jump into it, man, hey, let me ask y'all, what T? When was your first pair of Jordans? How old were you?
Ooh, I don't know. I had Jordans as a kid, you know what I'm saying, before I even cared what my shoes were. But the first Jordans I remember wearing, like the 12s. I remember wearing the 12s. I remember like wanting the 12s, getting the 12s, and then like turning people's heads, like people asking, like, "Oh, where'd you get those?" Like, everybody didn't have a blue. Everybody wanted black and red or white and black, but I had the blue. So I've always kind of had a thing for blue Jordans. I got blue 6s upstairs, blue 5s. I got a lot of blue Jordans. So I think I was 10 or 11.
11. Scrub, how old would you say you were?
About the same, about like 10, 11, like, and actually I gotta correct myself. My first pair, I had the 9s, but I also was looking through the joints. I think the 18s were one of my first pairs too. Random, but the 18s.
Bryce, would you say you were about the same age?
Nah, man. Yeah, I definitely had J's all throughout growing up, man. I don't even know what my first pair of J's was. I just know I always, I probably was like maybe like 7 or something like that. I don't know. But the first pair I can remember, like the first few pair, a couple of them were on my list. I mean, those black 2s, the white 4s with the green clip. Those were some of the first pair I remember grabbing. The ones, I had the black ones with the gold check. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been a minute, but I'm thinking back, and they starting to come back to me a little bit. But yeah, like, young age for sure.
Yeah, man. I say that to turn the story a little bit because I'm honestly not like a sneakerhead like that. I'm not really a Jordan guy like that. My first pair of Jordans wasn't until I was like 19, right? And I got a little bit of story on why. But yeah, so I basically missed out on like a decade or two of all the Jordan releases, and you know what I mean, the love that you built for the shoe over the time, right? And a big reasoning in that is because growing up, it was just me and mom's. Grew up in a little bit of a rough neighborhood, and she was not going for your man having some Jordans, bro. Because y'all know, I'm sure y'all know, man. It was shootings, robbings, people was getting, you know what I mean? Like she just wasn't having it. She wasn't about to spend her money on me getting some shoes, going to school, coming back in some socks. You know what I'm saying? So I missed out on a lot of Jordan releases growing up. Because once I got to my teenage age years, you know, she was like, "Well, you can pay for that." You know what I'm saying? So once I got to my adult ages, that's when I started getting into it. But I missed out on a lot, so I don't have a whole top five. But I'm gonna give you my number one. The first pair I bought was the Jordan sixes, man. Got some black and red Jordan sixes, warm to death. Yeah, warm to death, man. And that's how I started into the Jordan game, really. But I mean, like you said, T, you know, eventually you have kids, and that money gotta go elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I still buy a pair every now and then, but it's not the same. I mean, the guy was, so I was working at, my first job was at Chick-fil-A, right? Making $5.25, $5.50, which is a crazy number, but simpler times. This is my senior year of high school. Every single check, I bought a pair of shoes the entire school year. Like every single, so I'm kind of shoed out, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but now if you see me, you only gonna see me in like 3 pair of shoes, max. Slides. You're gonna see me in slides 90% of the time. my dog's barking at this point.
Facts. I'm pulling the J's out when I need to, man, because I be keeping them things clean. Bryce will tell you, I don't have the same collection of like maybe 8 to 10 J's for like, I bought them all during like a 6-year span, and the joints were still in great condition. You know,
Yeah, I kind of lost out. Like my foot grew from high school to college, and all them joints I bought was a wrap.
Yeah, what you gonna do with them now, man?
Yeah.
The resale game is
held
crazy.
up better than others too, though. Some numbers didn't hold up that well. You know, like certain color waves too. You know,
y'all ain't never waiting in line like hours and hours.
Yeah, right, bro. I've waited in so many Jordan lines, man. Like I never waited hours. I don't even got that much patience for some J's. But I definitely waited in those lines where it's 40 Bammers in the line, 50, 60 Bammers in the line, and all of a sudden it's getting a little restless. Shoulders get bumpy. You looking around like it's up down in this line.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I asked. That's exactly why I asked. I remember, you know, we from the DMV. I remember being at PG Plaza, man. I don't even remember which shoe I was waiting on, but I was gonna buy 2 pair. And this before all the bank cards and all that. I had a pocket full of cash, and I had a knife on me just in case. Like,
yeah,
it was dangerous times, man. Just trying to cop your favorite kick, man. Capitol Plaza. I'm the first person in line. They open up the gate for the Aqua 8s.
Oh.
And my man like, what size? I'm like 13. He like, get sold out. Bruh, that's the type of rage that make people storm things. You know what I mean? Like, if I was an adult, I probably just say, you know what, man, I'm gonna take a charge today. Like, there's no way. But as a kid, I just dropped my head and, you know what I'm saying, I had to take the L. I haven't had a pair of 8s to this day. Bought my kids the 8s because what I'm saying, I was so upset.
Gave them what you could never have. Love to see it.
Yeah, facts.
Orange and whites. I only wore them like one time. I got them on sale right now on eBay if anybody wants to buy them. Jordan 8 probably not really one of my least favorite numbers, to be honest.
I just never had them, bro. I still think about it.
Now, them Aqua 8s is fire, bro. I remember when them joints dropped.
Aquas are the best ones.
They re-released when I was in high school. I wanted to grab them. I never did, though.
Hold on, I'm about to tell y'all a crazy story about the Aqua 8s. They re-released, right? I'm in college. And you know what I'm saying, Big Shirley tell me, hey, let's go to the shoe store. We up at campus. She like, let's go to the shoe store, get these 8s. I got a hookup. Man, we get to the store, man. There's some band was like, I'm looking at cuz, man. This the hookup? Well, one of your girlfriends, man, got the beard and all that. I'm like, come on, man. They probably only wore the shoe 3 times.
You want to wear that. I don't even want them no more.
Fact, that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the question stage. I had to bite the bullet.
I know one thing, man. We got some